Yo, yo, yo! Time to get sweaty! Today I'm going to be doing my Justice League Dark review, which just came out this week. You should check it out on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever. You can download it on iTunes, I don't care. You can pirate it, I ain't gonna tell nobody. It's all good. So I've been meaning to do my review for Justice League vs. Teen Titans and the 60s Batman adaptation, but I actually did an outline for both videos, and both of them kind of felt like I was kicking a poor little puppy, so I decided not to do those videos and wait for the Justice League Dark video to come out, and I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with it. Justice League Dark introduces the fans to some of DC's lesser known Vertigo characters, most of which do magic and stuff. This film also does some excellent fan service for all of us super sweaty hardcore nerds who mainline this shit and can't get enough of it, and all those Justice League animations just aren't getting our fix anymore. So we got some Justice League Dark. So we start off with regular citizens seeing demons, and they want to kill the demons because wouldn't you? And so for some reason there's people standing in the middle of the street while this woman is running them down like, there's the demons, I gotta kill them. And Wonder Woman stops her. And what's special about Wonder Woman stopping her is she doesn't see this woman as any less of a potential threat as she would see a man. And then we move on to Superman, who saves a guy out in the middle of nowhere with a shotgun who's gonna kill his family, and it turns out he's got his neighbors in the shed in the back, and Superman has to show all the restraint he can to not, go crazy on this guy who's, appears to be a murderous psycho, but really the guy's seeing demons. Cut to Batman, who saves a poor little baby from being thrown off a building by the mother who sees the baby as a demon. And he's able to rescue the demon, but not before the mother also throws herself off the building. Sorry, he saves the baby. But then he has to console the baby because he knows, oh man, he's going to be an orphan when he grows up, and I'm an orphan, and that makes me really sad. Cut to Constantine, who is sort of like a British Han Solo who smokes cigarettes and does magic. He's in a gambling tournament with some demons, and he does some shady stuff, and the demons do some shady stuff, and they get into a big fight, and we see Etrigan the demon, and then cut to credits. After that, we got a scene with Etrigan the demon, and he's fighting our main villain, Destiny, and he gets combined with this guy leading the battle. I forget his name, excuse me, nerd people. And it reminds me a bit of the Lord of the Rings and the way that they did it. And if they do a direct film adaptation with live action, which I know has been in the works for a while, it would be cool to put that in front of the credits and get rid of the Justice League stuff and let the Justice League Dark stuff stand on its own. So we resume our story with Deadman kind of leading Batman to find Constantine, and in doing so he kind of builds this small team of magic characters. And the plot kind of proceeds in a typical breadcrumb fashion, and we're teased with the main villain, but he's sort of disguised as being a non-threat, so we don't initially suspect him. You kind of just feel bad for the guy and you think, oh yeah, that's just part of the plotline, now let's move on. After going on a whole wild goose chase that ends with Swamp Thing transporting them to Felix Faust's lair. For those of you who don't know, Felix Faust is a evil guy who does magic. This is all magic. The battle comes to an end with Zatana losing control, and we get to see the full depth of her powers and abilities, but we also get an explanation of why she's afraid to be in these life or death encounters and prefers to do a circus act more, because she could lose control and she doesn't know, the damage that she could do, so she likes to keep it a little more easygoing. If and when they do the live action adaptation, I would actually think it would be smarter to make Felix Faust the main villain. He's just a little more well-known and is a easy introductory villain for these types of characters. And I would like to see them kind of stretch out the way Constantine talks Zatana out of not killing him, basically. I would like to see them take their time and pull on the heartstrings and make her really dig deep and have to push away the pain and drop the weight of wanting to kill this, evil guy who made her feel so powerless, and decide for herself, okay, we're just gonna take him in. It's okay, I can stop now. But for the first half or 2/3 of the film, you kind of think that Batman's just there for familiarity's sake. He's there for regular fans to say, hey, I know that guy, that's Batman. And then later accept all these extra weird and lesser known magical characters. But he actually does pull his weight throughout the film and has some Batmanisms that make you, oh yeah, there's Batman, like the boo scene, that was really good. Spoilers. Just when you think Batman's become useless, he figures out that it was their friend who led them to Felix Faust who must really be behind this whole thing. Which brings us to our closing act, which it was cool, but it wasn't great, I don't think. I think the scenes with the people in the offices and the streets beating the shit out of each other because they all think each other is demons, that was a cool concept. It looked cool on screen. I really liked the Swamp Thing versus Destiny fight. Swamp Thing is an awesome character and it was really well animated. It was visually very appealing for me. I thought the end scene with the Trojan horse was a little rushed. I didn't really like this lesser known character throwing the final blow, although I get narratively why they did it. It was just a little too fast paced. It didn't have the emotional weight that a final battle should have, but the Swamp Thing stuff was tight. Finally, wrapping up, Constantine and Zatana both get invitations to join the Justice League. I know Zatana has spent some time in the Justice League in other iterations, but I just feel like Constantine is more of a loner and it doesn't really make sense for them to both go. It feels like they might be cramming the Justice League a little bit. They already got a lot of characters, but it is what it is. Also, Deadman making the moves on the House of Mysteries mental projection fish lady. I don't want to shame any character's sexuality, that'd be very wrong, but that was just very new to me. Overall, I thought this film was a lot of fun. It was very creative. It was a big step up from their last two films, which was Return of the Caped Crusaders, a animated adaptation of the 60s Batman and Robin, and Justice League vs. Teen Titans, which was just too teeny bopper for me, and the soundtrack was detrimental to the film. This one didn't quite knock it out the park, but it definitely hit a home run. Didn't quite crack the top 5, but it was definitely good, and it makes me look forward for the next two releases they have coming in 2017. That was my review for Justice League Dark. Feel free to like and subscribe or say anything you want to in the comments. Be nice. Peace be with you, my friends.